Benny, you excited? Oh yeah. Not for the job though, right? Disc golf after the job.
Yeah,
that's what you
were talking about, right?
Benny, I think we gotta build this wall before we start doing any of the steps, because this is our in and out right here, bro. So I think we gotta set up that string line and then set up a couple other ones based off of that one. Dude, every time I get to slice this string up, I get pumped, because it's like, I almost get frustrated when I use a string for so long. Same roll. Start getting antsy. I just want to throw it in the wood so I go buy something new. It's the American in me. Yeah. Every time I make a cut, we're one strand closer to getting rid of this reel. And get lit up in the comment section. You should want to keep your string for 25 years. That's the way. Damn, I forgot which side was 5 feet. I hate when that happens, bro. This is just for the front of the block anyway. So, it's gonna be our guideline to start building the wall.
Okay.
Right there?
Yep.
Bro, that's freaking awesome. I wish I had a third hand to just put the camera on this so I had a better angle. It's good. Dang good. Then right at that point is when it's gonna start curving anyway, so it's like that's really close. We gotta pretty much hit the corner of that foundation as well, so we gotta have to square that up with could probably do that once we lay our cornerstone. So yeah, we're doing all right, bud. We're doing all right. So the first string we set up is running parallel with the foundation of the house, and then we ran another string parallel with that 5 feet out. What that gives me is a foot of wall block and then 4 feet in between that wall and the wall behind it. So there's no specific height that we're trying to hit. We just want to make sure the first course is completely buried underneath grade. And I'm getting the area leveled off or close to leveled off so we can dry lay these blocks. And I'm using my levels here to square them off with the string line. All right, we got our cornerstone in place. It is squared up with the corner of the foundation. And now we can branch off both ways. There's probably gonna be a few step ups as we go along here, just because of the grade. But we got a starting point, bud.
Yeah, we do. Cornerstone.
All right, why don't we bring a block over and then we'll see how close it is to a half a block. Yeah, dude, that's gonna fit perfect. Believe it or don't.
So that way we don't have to cut.
Believe it or don't, dude. But then the question would be, how's it gonna land next row?
Well, I mean, it would, either way, it would be some other cut that we'd have to put there regardless.
Let me get it close here and figure out what it will be. Pretty sure it's gonna be the 11 on the dot. 11 and a half. Yeah. Smidge more than 11 and a half. Smidge more. So on any retaining wall you want 1/8 pitch of the block sloping backwards to account for Geo Grid, and it kind of helps the wall rest against the grade. So that's the backwards. And then we want level side to side on your face. And even though we'll be coming around this corner right here, this block is at 1/8 of a a pitch, this is the high side. So the next corner block's gonna rest over here and then jump over to the next block, at which point that very slight slope you won't see on the actual transition of the block. Something I'm really not quite sure about with Techo Bloc either. Corners, they just don't. This is the corner kit, so it's like they put them together and design them to build pillars out of, but you can double them as a wall corner. But you see how the edge of it doesn't line up perfectly halfway with the other block? So now you get put into a predicament where, what do you do with the joint line? So that's what I mean right there. That block to be halfway, that's where that would need to be. So typical block retaining walls, you want to have the joint line right on the center of each block. And that's easy to do when the manufacturers give you good corners that just link up easily. Sometimes you got to shave things down either way. But so the few different options you have here is that the block that's underneath this one to the right, we could have shaved that down 3-4 inches so that the block that I have sitting there right now leads perfectly into that halfway mark. The only downside to that in this situation is these blocks have nice mitered corners on the joint lines, making it look nice. So when you do that saw cut, it kind of takes away from that nice look, and you don't want to take away from that right on the corner of the wall, in my opinion. Another option would be to put small sliver cuts in between the block, but that's not really an option to me. I don't like the look of that at all, and I try to never do that. The third option is to just run it the way that the blocks lay out, and that's what we did. It's a slightly off-center joint line, but I'm going to show you in the Techo Bloc catalog and on their website here real quick that that's how they show it being built anyway. And what it does is it keeps that nice mitered joint line, keeps it looking clean. So this is the Techo Bloc catalog. And when we open it up to the Semma page, you'll see how they used it. They actually used it with the blocks facing each way, so their joint lines are way out of whack. But this is like a good example of what I mean. Even in their catalog, this is their corner, and you can see that slightly off-center joint line. So that's even how they display it in their catalog. Here's the website also. It's all their wall block. Here is Semma. I get a few different pictures. Once again, look at this one. You get the corner blocks, and they don't line up halfway. And they're showing you that because if you were to cut one of these blocks, that joint line you see isn't going to be so sharp anymore. So I'm not too sure why they make their corners like that. Again, you can customize it and cut 2 blocks every other row to make that joint line look good. But what it ends up doing is making the whole corner of the wall look a little off too. So it's like, which is the lesser of 2 evils? You got to kind of decide that for yourself. We decided to just follow the way that the corners set the block and run with it. I don't think structurally it's going to be any issue. It's just a aesthetic issue, in my opinion. I would love it if Techo Bloc would figure out a way to solve that problem. The way that they solve it is by giving you the solid blocks in the batch of regular blocks so that you can split them in half and then you can do some corners with. But you find out too, once you do the splitting of the corners, it messes the joint line up as well. So it's a tough battle to fight, but it's a really nice looking wall block no matter what the joint is lined up with. Because even when it comes to the sitting walls that we build, the double-sided sitting walls, they end up having off-center joint lines as well because you have to rotate the blocks the different way they go. So that's just the way it is sometimes. We'll level this off, tamp it, blow it down, Geo Grid, block it up. So you guys can let me know what you think about the joint lines in the comments below. But we're at 2 rows high now, so we're gonna level off up to the top of this block with 3/4 inch stone, compact it with our hand tamper, and we're gonna get ourselves set up to lay some Geo Grid. Geo Grid is extremely important when building retaining walls that are gonna actually be retaining weight. A lot of wall to build. Hey, build a walled. What? Build a walled residence? Hey, don't play. We're at work. You got too many jokes, pal. Too many jokes. Just set it back a little bit off the edge though. Oh boy. Cut the hole too small. Can't get good help nowadays. Got rained out, bud.
Yeah.
Just got rained out.
Rained out.
5:08 though. I said 5:30, so hey, no worries. We're back tomorrow, working on a Saturday. It's not a normal thing, dude, huh?
It's not typical.
Well, not for you, but I work every Saturday. Trailer disconnected.
Turn the gain up.
Turn up the gain. Hey. Hey. We will see you guys in the morning. Morning, boys.
Morning.
Poor Richie, huh?
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. Here's where we are. It absolutely poured yesterday, and everything looks great, even without a drainage pipe. That's what I tell people all the time. It just doesn't, the water doesn't hold behind the wall. It seeps through all the cracks of these walls. And at 2 blocks high or 3 blocks high, if this was actually filled with water, it'd be like Noah's Ark. There would just be so much water going on. Like, it's just not how these walls work. The water seeps right through the cracks as it drains, and then it goes into the base. That drainage stone alone is all you need for drainage. We're gonna keep building. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that drainage pipe. Like I'm saying, a lot of times when you see a retaining wall build, they'll put a 4-inch perforated pipe behind it and have it spit out the wall. And in my opinion, that is just extremely unnecessary. Those pipes never even get filled with water, if you ask me. All that water is going to seep out through those joints way before it fills that pipe up. The only time I would run a pipe through my wall is if it's connected to a downspout going behind the wall. You want to be able to at least divert that water away without going into the base. But honestly, in my opinion, you could probably drain most downspouts from your house right into the base or the backfill of your wall and still have no problems. That's how well that drainage aggregate works and how easily it seeps through the joints of the wall block. An exception to that would be like a natural stone wall with mortared joints. You're basically creating a very non-permeable wall, so you need weep holes in that situation so that the water pressure behind the wall can escape. But with concrete block walls, there's typically not much water pressure because it just permeates right through the wall block. Side's missing a big old hunk.
That's a big one.
You can't use that,
No.
right? And that's not good because we need this for the next row. There's another corner? Oh, hey. It must have been from yesterday that I forgot was there. Good trap saving the day. Little thing on this corner here. Looks good. I'm gonna bring this bundle of steps down. I'm gonna need it. Happy Saturday, Trav. It's nice out though, right?
Yeah.
That machine's sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man. Dude, if I spent $50,
What's that?
$50. Dude, if I spent 50K on a mini skid, bro, and I'd be pulling pallets apart, I'd be so upset.
Oh my gosh.
That is really like the exact reason why I bought a skid steer. You just gotta be able to move all these pallets around doing this type of work. You just have to be able to. There's just no sense in paying guys to break pallets up and move them around if you don't have to. It's looking good, Trav. 4 feet high with 1 block completely buried, so 3.5 showing plus the cap. That leaves you 3 foot 9 inches below permit requirements. What we're going to be doing with the stone now is just kind of bowling it out so that we can put fabric and then nice topsoil so they can put plantings in here. We want a good like 12 to 18 inches of soil, good soil. So the angle of our backfill stone is going to go just like that up to our last block. And then on the back here, the wall is going to be starting flush with this foundation, this upper wall. So we want to do the same thing with the stone. We want to level it up just like this. Bang, bang. Trav, I think you're more interested in this stuff than your brother. Yeah. What do you think?
I'd say so.
Should be able to extend that right past the foundation, Trav, no cut. It's the little wins. Make sure this is nice and tight. This is that big rock. This thing went past the soil right here. It would have been a nightmare taking that out. Possible damage to the foundation or that. It would make us have to dig even further back, which is we're already way more than necessary as it is. And it's just not in our way. No wobble, Trav. Gotta slow backwards. Nice. Very nice. Now, because this is gonna be the beginning of the other wall, I'm gonna put one more just to give it some nice strength. And then when we go to start the other wall, we start it right on this. This is the height. And then the stone's gonna come up to here. Too savvy? You know what that means? Too savvy? You understand? I think I'm saying it right. I'll be corrected in the comments if I'm not. So I'm gonna use one of these blocks that are got some defects. Is there any on that pallet right now you see that are bad?
Not that I saw.
Okay. Because this one's not that important for looks. It just needs to be there to help with strength. Oh, that one's got a gouge. I'll take that one. There's that clap, Trav. You hear that?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's the benchmark for our next row. Or our next wall, which is good. Moving along. Hey, this wall is pretty straight up and down.
Yeah.
Pretty plumb. First like year of my business, pretty much did a lot of patios, walkways, and steps. But this year I'm finally getting some more walls, because I like building walls too, you know? Alright, unfortunately, all the stone suppliers in our area closed early today, so Ben could not come back with stone. But there's no rain in the forecast, so we can dig, and that's what we gonna do. So we're not gonna completely excavate for our steps yet, because we need a ramp in and out of here until we can finish up everything in the lower part. So we're gonna focus on excavating for the wall, but we're gonna go a lot further than we need to for the wall. That way when we go to excavate for the steps, we won't be getting too close to the base prep of the wall. I'm gonna make a mark kind of for the wall, and I'm just gonna go probably a bucket's width past it. All right, so this wall, trying to go to about the center of the driveway. Just me, or is that wall gonna stop like right here at that height where I'm stepping? Right?
Yeah.
And then that other wall, it's kind of how it would be, right? So this is gonna have to probably something like that. Check it with the laser. So laser shoots out a little bit above the bottom, obviously. We gotta count for a little less than 3.5. What the? Maybe it doesn't come up that high. Maybe our mark was off, Trev. What the hell is it?
Oh, there it is on your arm. See it?
Where?
On your forearm,
Go
like
back.
dead center forearm. Go back towards, to your right, to your right.
Oh, just saw it. To your right.
To your, yeah, your right.
Oh, I was going your right.
Keep going, right there.
Oh. Alright. Trav, I think the spot's pretty dang close, bud. Oh my gosh, Trav. Absolutely perfect. Benny, do you see this paint we made, this paint line?
I see it.
We both sat there and looked at it. We're like, that's probably right where it's gonna die out, dude. It's literally there. 3.5, dude. Right on the line. Hey. So I'll probably go another like foot or so past that. Yeah, so we got some stuff to dig up.
Belt?
You don't see this?
Oh wow, I didn't know there's a seatbelt. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That thing will hold you in there, dude. Huh?
It ain't letting go.
Prevents you from wiggling. the irrigation, Trav. Hey, I told you to be looking out. Why weren't you paying attention for me?
Not my job.
Whoa! Hey, I'm glad I put that block there. Wow.
You just didn't make your It is not your day.
No, it's a Saturday. I shouldn't be working. Listen, I said to myself when I put that block there, I said, just in case a big rock falls. It was planned. It was planned. I wanted to test it. Can you imagine if that thing blew out the corner of the wall, dude? I'd have to leave it in the video. You can't not. And then we'd be spending Monday fixing the wall. Because I'm not doing it today. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, July 25th, 2023, Trav. One day after you received your learner's permit to drive. You amped up?
Yeah.
You should be. Congratulations.
Thanks.
What do you think? It's coming together.
Yeah.
Wall is to height. We will be stepping it up a couple of blocks over here. But we did a lot of work off camera, and we just continued the wall, did a little more excavating, and we're looking pretty good. But we're hoping to be at the point where we can excavate, backfill, and start laying some steps today. We got some soil put behind the wall. There's about 15 to 18 inches of soil separated with the geotextile fabric. And we have the base somewhat close to ready to build our second wall. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. We're going to do the wall cap. We're going to prep for the concrete steps and pave a walkway. We still got a lot of work to do on this project, so it's going to be in the next video. If you like this one, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see a lot more content like this. But you guys already know the deal. Until the next one, God bless. Peace.